Here in the last example, the parking area width, the right side wall in the parking area is the upper specification limit. This is the lower specification limit, and the size of the car decides your control limit, upper control limit and lower control limit. You can see you are able to comfortably place your control limit inside the specification limit. That is why even if miss your focus slightly while driving, and then also you are parking your car safely. Same way, use the same logic. Always make sure your control limits are placed well inside the specification limit. And even if something goes wrong, sometimes raw material supplier is changing, or your operator is changing, or your machines are undergoing wear and tear, or settings are slightly changing, and then also you will produce output which are acceptable by the customer. If you don't understand this logic, small changes which you cannot avoid completely can make your outputs get affected by your customer. All right. If the control limits stay inside the specification limit, the process is considered capable or not capable. What is your choice? What is your understanding?
Capable.
Why do I say capable? I know inside the control limit, I know inside the control limit, what percentage of points will lie?
99.73.
99.73. That means 99.73% of the output a process will produce or will fall inside the control limit. Since control limit or inside specification limit, almost 99.73% of your outputs are safe. That's why we call it capable. Specification limits are provided by, who will provide the specification limit? Manufacturer or customer?
Manufacturer.
Customer.
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 Specification limits are provided by your customer. Right? A manufacturer can decide on control. That too, you are based on your process capability. So control is calculated using customer data or process data. Control limits are calculated using process data.
Process data.
To collect data from your process, then calculate the average, calculate standard deviation. Average plus 3 standard deviation will give you upper control limit. Average minus 3 standard deviation will give you lower control limit. And now your control limits are known to you. Clear? This is how you can understand how your business is performing with respect to your particular characteristics. With respect to your particular characteristics. All right. So recap of all that we learned so far. Average helps us to find out whether our process is targeted correctly or not. Are you holding the gun correctly or not? Average is telling you. And then standard deviation helps me to find out whether my outputs are closer to the average or not. All the output I produce should be around the average. And where should be your average lie? Your average should lie on the target. If average lies on the target and everything is around the average, everything is accepted by the customer. Am I right? All of you are with me?
Yes. Yes.
Average should be on the target and everything should be around the average. If both happens, everything will be accepted by your customer, right? A distribution is called normal if the data points are symmetrical about the mean, about the center. We have seen that 99.73% of the data points will stay within 3 sigma limits in a normally distributed data. The 3 sigma limits are called the extremities, process control limits, or in simple language, the worst outputs you may expect. What is your best output? The output on the target is your best output. The output which is far away from the target is the worst output. And in manufacturing context, the control limits are considered, the worst output your process may produce, but we'll not say worst, we'll say it control limit. The process is considered capable if control limits stay inside specification limit. Hope all the lessons learned so far, all of you are able to understand properly. Am I correct with the statement? Is this correct?
Yes, sir.